Hello, welcome back to another episode of Pole Position, the podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Holmes, Chief Oscar Pundit at Screenage Wasteland. It's a title I just gave myself out of nowhere. Um, and yeah, the acronym is COP, so maybe something to think about. Um, this is a special episode, Pole Position. I'm the writer of Pole Position at Screenage Wasteland. That is back up running weekly now with a new category each week now that we're in the thick of Oscar season. And we decided, and I got approval to do a weekly or twice weekly or whatever this is going to be podcast to go along with that. So it's not just me riding into the void. Get some other Screenage Wasteland voices in here. So we will be doing this consistently now. You should see a pole position video popping up on YouTube at least once a week, I think, as we figure this out. So I'm happy today. We're going to start with our predictions for Best Actress. And so I thought, who better to bring on this first episode of the podcast than two of our leading ladies at Screenage Wasteland, Val Morreale and Romona Comet. How are you guys doing?
Doing okay.
Yeah. Very
Thank you
excited.
so much for joining me. I know that that you guys are not necessarily as into the Oscar race as I have been. Obviously, running pole position means that I'm really attuned to everything that's going on. But thank you for taking some time to prepare and have this conversation. I think it'll be fun. I think we can hopefully get into some friendly arguments because that's what makes this as
I'm
fun as it
prepared
is.
to argue.
I don't think we're going to have a lot of arguments, though, when it comes to our first pick. So what we'll do is um, everybody here has at least a tentative group of five because there are obviously five nominees, and we'll talk about some honorable mentions, people that might slip into the race. Obviously, we haven't seen most of these movies. We're not critics in the sense that we get invited to premiere screenings and things like that, and we're all over the country, so we don't have we can't just run up to LA and catch the red carpet or whatever. Um, so this will be more based on vibes, no matter what. But we have these lists of five. I'm going to start with what's number one on my list, and then we'll bounce to Ramona and get the next person on her list, and then to Val, and so on and so forth. So should be pretty simple, straightforward. The first person on my list, I would be surprised if she's not on your list. I'd be surprised if she's not number one on your list. Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. She's not on my list.
No, for Best Actress.
Explain.
That's a rug pull. That's the character's name, not the actress's name.
Okay.
Okay, I see what you're doing there. It's actually the character Anne Hathaway,
Trixie,
Jessie Buckley in Hamnet.
That's correct.
Okay.
For those who don't know, I did not know this until this Oscar season came around. William Shakespeare's wife, Agnes Shakespeare, also known as Anne, her maiden name Anne Hathaway. No relation to the actress, but that is her namesake. So yeah, Jessie Buckley is getting all the praise for her performance as the wife of William Shakespeare, Anne Hathaway, Agnes Shakespeare, in Hamnet. It's weird talking about Hamnet without trying to get into spoilers. Like, I don't know what is and isn't really a spoiler. Suffice it to say, go ahead, Val.
Well, I mean, I think it's, at least from what I've read about Hamnet, like the core tragedy of the film is like in the description of the film. I don't think that that's like a spoiler necessarily.
Yeah, it feels weird to try and dance around. The film's name is Hamnet, which is the name of William Shakespeare and Agnes Shakespeare's son, who tragically passes away, and it deals with the grief that specifically Agnes, she's the lead, and William go through, and kind of how Shakespeare maybe transformed that grief into the writing of Hamlet. I think that's a simple plot summary, and that you can just tell a little bit from that summary what kind of material Jessie Buckley has to work with. Directed by Chloe Zhao, who, I don't know if Nomadland has its divisiveness. Eternal certainly has its divisiveness, but from everything that I've read, she captures this beautifully. One of my concerns coming into the season was maybe that it would be a bit of a little too historic period drama, a little too much of maybe a weepy. But apparently people are crying their eyes out at this thing, but they're still giving it the audience award at these festivals, which means to me that is overcoming whatever that is. Because some people just like, why did they make such a sad movie? I don't know why why he would do that to me. But they're coming through. There's a catharsis to it, I think, and so
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, what do y'all have Jessie Buckley at number one, Val?
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
I've loved her since I
Mhm.
saw her in I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Oh, nice.
And I even enjoyed her in the Dark Pictures game. A lot of people didn't like that. I loved her performance in that too. So I have kind of always thought she had the juice since I saw her first big performance, and I was just excited for her. And then just seeing all the reviews coming out that like her performance in particular is so heartbreaking and beautiful. I'm just like, come on. I haven't heard
Mhm.
that kind of buzz around really any other performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you're kind of thinking, Ramona, as far as
Yeah. Everything that I've seen about the film already, because I was a huge Shakespeare fan in high school, of course, Brit Lit and everything, and so any movie about Shakespeare or his movies, adaptations, I love watching those. Especially Hamlet, the Kenneth Branagh Hamlet is one of my favorite movies. So my sister was like, "We're going to see Hamlet, right?" I had no idea what it was. I had no idea about a book or anything. I was like, "What the hell? You mean Hamlet?" And she's like, "No, Hamlet." She's like, "It's about their son, blah blah blah." I was like, I don't know. I saw the trailer for it. I was like, man, this thing's gonna make me cry. Like I can already tell. But I believe Jessie Buckley. I think I first saw her. What was it? Wild Rose. I think that she did years and years ago, and I think that was. I don't know that she got nominated for an Oscar before, but I think that kind of had some buzz around it for a long time. And she's a fabulous actress. So it is kind of nice seeing her get her roses and like after everything she's done. Sometimes I feel like these actors come out of nowhere and I'm like, who is this person? What are they doing? But she's paid her dues, I think, in Hollywood. And this one, I think out of all of the nominations, predictions, out of all the categories, I think she's almost feels like the only like lock that I've
Mhm.
been able to read about so far. So I'm very
I agree.
excited. I'm excited to see the movie. I know it's going to destroy me, but it's an Oscar movie. You got to feel something when you watch it. So I'm excited to see it. So I'm looking forward to her performance too.
I like how we're all familiar with Jessie Buckley, like from different. I'm
Yeah.
familiar with her from Men. It's the
Oh
only
Yeah,
yeah.
real.
I did see she was in Men. How did I forget
Yes.
that? I for some
Men.
reason saw her in I'm Thinking of Ending Things before I watched Men, but I also loved Men.
Men.
So that was
Yeah.
very
That was
divisive.
a crazy movie.
Oh my god.
And I think no matter what you think of the movie, you can appreciate her performance in it. It's
She
just
was
Yeah, for
fabulous.
sure.
Yeah.
she's
Oh my
Yeah, the
so
gosh.
movie. Yeah, she was amazing in it. She was the movie for me.
Yeah.
so y'all agree that she seems like a lock.
Mhm.
Do you think it's a lock for just a nomination, or are we already ready to put her name on the trophy, which is hard sight unseen? The last
Yeah.
I today am ready to say, I don't think anybody's coming to beat her for the trophy, which is amazing because the last 3 seasons have been so tight in Best Actress. Last year we had Mikey
Yeah.
Madison and Demi
Yeah.
Moore. The year
Mhm.
before that was Lily Gladstone and Emma Stone, and the
Yeah.
year before that was Michelle Yeoh and Kate Blanchett for Tar. So
Mhm.
um, it's been wild. The those races have been some of the tightest in the whole academy, and then this year it
I think it
seems like
changes
Jessie
this
Buckley
year.
could sweep it.
I think this year
Yeah.
it'll be some other categories where we're like, I don't know, but I think this one, yeah, like you said, sight unseen still, but everything I've heard, she's been far and away the most praised. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take it to the bank. I think she wins next March or
I think that's
February.
probably
I don't know
right.
when they're having it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I would also agree with that. I think I
Yeah.
have others on the list that I'm like, yeah, they're probably like I actually feel really confident about my nominations just
Yeah.
generally.
Right.
For actress, not as much for supporting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't see anyone else clutching
Yeah.
it.
so Val, who do you have in that number two slot behind Buckley? Then that is
I
the
think
closest you think to challenging her for that.
I think we're all might have the same one in this spot too, but maybe not. I have Cynthia Erivo
Hmm.
for Wicked for Good in the number 2 spot.
I also have Cynthia Erivo at number two, and Ramona
She's my
has
number.
her
She's my number 3.
at
Oh,
number
so which
three.
one?
So we will
uh,
go to Ramona next for her second, but let's talk a little bit about Cynthia
yeah.
Erivo. Ramona, what were you going to say about
My
Revo?
second, well, with Cynthia and Revo, I know that Ariana Grande is the more flashy role in Wicked, um, but I really enjoyed Cynthia's performance in the first Wicked more. I think it was more grounded. There was more nuance to her performance. It wasn't just like, and I know Glinda is a certain kind of way, and I get that. I appreciate that. She's very amusing, but I just thought that Alphaba was just the stronger performance. I don't. I am pretty confident that she's going to get a nomination for good. It hasn't come out yet, but I think with the box office hit that it's going to be crazy. It's going to do really well at the box office. I think critics are going to like it. Um, I'm actually pretty confident that she'll get a nomination for this one, and it'd be nice to see. I don't think she'll win. I didn't think she had any chance last year either, but I like her. I love her as an actress anyway. So again, like Jessie Buckley, I'm really happy to see her getting that kind of acknowledgement and those accolades for something. So yeah, she's my number three.
Have you guys seen the social media reactions that have been coming out?
I have. I read the Variety article kind of summarizing a lot of them this week, and I was very surprised by it, actually.
Is it not doing well,
Mm,
No, they
or is
were
it doing
all
really
in
well?
so
really well.
really well. And it was interesting because a lot of the things that people seem to be hinting at, and I sort of wondered this, and we talked about this a while ago, Jacob, that like the act two of Wicked in terms of like the musical, not the movie,
Mm,
is sort of known as like a kind of disaster a little bit. Like it a well loved disaster, but like not great in terms of like definitely the weaker of the two acts in terms of
yeah.
storytelling. So
Hmm.
I was kind of like, they have to fix it or something because it's not going to be as good as part one otherwise. And it seems like they've done that. It seems like they've taken a lot more of the focus on and put it on Glinda and Elphaba instead of putting it on the Wizard of Oz fan fiction-y kind of
Mm.
stuff that happens in Act Two. And I think that's kind of saved them. I think it might
Well, that's
be more
encouraging.
successful because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reviews definitely so far, and social media reactions for any movie, the first reactions are always they tend to be more effusive than the
Hmm.
ultimately reviews tend to settle. But it does seem like this could be end up being viewed as the better of the two movies, which I think is very strong then for this overall. And Revo, I mean, Elphaba is really the heart and soul of
Hmm.
Wicked, even though Glinda apparently gets an even extra sized role in
Yeah.
this part. And we'll be talking about Ariana Grande later. Um, but yeah, I mean, for me, it's hard to see too much of any reason why Revo would not make it. I know a lot of people had this conversation coming into the season of they nominated Revo and Grande last year. Would they really want to do
Right.
that again? And the answer is yes, yes they
Hmm.
will. And there's not
Hmm.
nearly enough competition to force them out, you know. And then and also, well, again, we'll talk about Grande in a little bit. So it seems like Revo is pretty safe. We both have all three of us have Revo and Jesse Buckley. I'm really interested to hear who Ramona has at number two.
I'm going off vibes for this one, and she might be on your list too. I don't know. I have Emma Stone for I think it's Begonia. I never know if it's
Yes.
Begonia. Okay. This just feels like her next Oscar nomination role. I mean, her and Yorgos. I just can't see it not. I don't think it's going to project into a win for her because especially because she won what 2 years ago. When did she win 2 years ago for Poor Things, and then she won for La La Land. I don't know if the Academy is going to be like, oh, let's give another three Oscar winner when it took Meryl Streep how long to get to three. I think so. I think don't think she's going to win. I don't think she has a chance to win, but I think that this like whole role she's playing is screams Oscar nomination for me for Best Actress. And she's a good actress, and she's got everything about her: the look, shaved her head, she did everything she's supposed to do. So I think this is going to be like almost no question that she'll get a nomination.
Yeah, I love Emma Stone, and Begonia looks very good. We are recording this on October 29th. This may come out in the first week of November, but I will be seeing Begonia tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So I'm very excited for
Nice.
this. I do have Emma Stone on my list right
Okay.
now. She is number 4.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Val, do you have Emma Stone on your list?
I do. I have her as number 3.
So we've flipped
Um,
ours, yeah.
yeah, so I kind of agree completely, just with her previous performance in Poor Things.
Hmm.
And then, like, I also just like to see more love for Yorgos. I loved The
Yes.
Lobster.
The
I
lobster,
loved
yes.
I
So
loved
bizarre.
Killing of the Sacred Deer, even though it's like one
Hmm.
of the strangest movies I've ever seen. So seeing his like weird brand of art getting some more
Yeah.
love is a great thing also.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think the biggest obstacle here for Emma Stone is Begonia, in my mind, is kind of on the razor edge of getting in that Best Picture 10. I
Hmm.
think
Hmm.
I think it will be maybe in the ninth or 10th slot, or it could be one of the first 2 or 3 left out on the table, and that's still really, really hard to predict right now. I think if Begonia is in Best Picture, it will really help Emma Stone get in there, but I don't think she has to have the movie
Hmm.
in Best Picture to get in. She's
Hmm.
already obviously very popular with the Academy. The strength of the performance hopefully could be enough. We obviously all have her.
Hmm.
So, Val, we got your 1 through 3, and then Rona, we
Yes.
have your 1 through 3.
Hmm.
So, but we don't have my 1 through 3. My number 3, my number 3 is Renata Reinsve for Sentimental Value.
Hmm.
Now, this is one where when it comes to the Screenage Wasteland Awards, I can easily see Sentimental Value just kind of completely skipping,
Fading
because I
away.
see a lot of
Yep.
people just not getting around to that movie in time for our awards, sadly, because apparently it could be a great movie. Now, Joachim Trier, a lot of people loved Worst Person in the World. I didn't love that movie as much as a lot of people.
I loved his other movie, actually, which a
What is
lot of
that?
people haven't seen. It's called Thelma, and it's incredible. It's like basically his take on a Carrie kind of story, and definitely watch it. It's on Tubi.
Thelma.
Gotcha, awesome.
Is that the one with June Squibb? Or am I
No,
thinking of something else? Is that another Thelma?
it's a different Thelma.
Okay. I was like, wait, that can't be
Unless
him.
I'm misremembering the name, and I'm gonna
No, it
feel
No, I
is.
it.
think
So
I think you're correct. That is. I just think there's a different Thelma. I was thinking of. I was like, wait.
it is called Thelma. Yep, Thelma from 2017. It's
Okay, yes, it's
actually
different.
now it's on Fubo. It's no longer on Tubi. I loved that movie, and it's a lesser known movie of his.
Interesting.
so. We're gonna see. That's gonna be an interesting to see. She is the lead of the film, although this is another one of those movies where apparently the lead is a little bit tricky to um, pin down. She's really
Hmm.
kind of functionally the closest thing to a lead. Do y'all have Renata Reinsve on your list of 5?
I
I do not.
have her
I
at
do not.
4. I have her
Rona
at
has her
4.
at 4. Okay,
She
so this
did
is
get
the
a
first
lot of
time we have
praise.
someone off the
Yeah,
list.
yeah, I have her at 4. But she did get a lot of praise for worst person in the world, didn't she? I think that there was a lot of buzz around her. Didn't get a nomination, obviously, but that is one that I do have on my list to watch, and I've been wanting to watch it for a while. I think it's one of those movies I have to kind of be in the mood to watch. But I've heard nothing but great things about her performance in this, and I do know what the movie's about. I love Stellan Skarsgård. I'm a fan of what Elle Fanning has done with her career. So I do want to see it. I'm hoping before the Saw Awards come out, I can see it. I might be the only person trying to get a nomination in there for somebody, but
I'm gonna probably see
um,
it. I have an
yeah,
obsession with seeing everything and before I vote. So
which it's, I mean, they tell us to do that. And sometimes I'm like, well, I can vote on 2 things because I didn't see any of these this year. So, but that is one that I really do hope to watch and watch it soon when we're able to see it here. But I do have her at number 4, just based on what I've heard of her performance and how well liked the movie's been. And yeah, I think that she's got a shot.
Val, was she on your honorable mentions?
I think she is in my honorable mentions. Like looking at my um Yeah, she's definitely in there, and I could see, like, now going into, like, award expert, it's like, "Why don't you have her on your list?" When I
Yeah.
click, like, edit or whatever, but, um, so, I mean, really the only reason I don't have her on my list is because I haven't seen anything in her with her in it. I have not seen Worst Person in the World, and I love for a lot of these, if it's something I hadn't seen or didn't know that much about, I was kind of going more on, like, well, I've seen this actress. I know a little bit
Mhm.
about this movie. It looks really solid, so I'm going to go with that. So, especially when it comes to the fourth and fifth picks, that's kind of
Yeah.
more the direction I went.
Yeah, the fourth and fifth slots are definitely getting harder too. And really, Rhinesva in part is just like I think sentimental value is in like the top 5 or 6 of the best picture 10 right now.
Yeah.
So it's like with the
Mhm.
strength of that probably coming along, but that's just a guess. Val, who do you have at number 4 then?
So this might be a swing and a miss, but I actually have Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Mhm.
Um,
That is not a that is a swing, but it's not a that's a good pick. I mean, that's a lot of people are predicting that. I don't currently have her in. Val Ramona, do you have Rose Byrne on your fifth spot?
No, I have her as my first honorable mention. I was having trouble with deciding between her and who I went with for my fifth spot, which was Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee.
yeah,
It being a musical written by Brady Corbett, who did what was the movie last
The
year?
Brutalist.
Thank you, Jesus. I was going to say The Machinist. I was like, nope, that's Christian Bale. Um, but I think I don't know a whole. I know quite a bit about Anne Lee the person from years ago, but I don't know much about the movie beyond it being a dramatic historical musical, which I think sounds amazing. Honestly, how often do you get that? So I'm excited to see her in it. I think she's kind of an underrated actress just based on some of the stuff that she's done in the past. It's easy just to think Mean Girls or Mamma Mia and just kind of brush it off, but I think she's got the talent, so I'm excited to see if she makes it. But I had it between her and Rose Byrne, who I absolutely adore. Rose Byrne, love Rose Byrne and everything she does. So if she were to sneak in there in that fifth spot, I would be so happy to see that, especially with the kind of movie that If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You is. So yeah.
Val,
yeah.
what led you to put Rose Byrne at number 4?
Really just I loved her previous performances, and that I saw the trailer. I've seen it a few times now for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, and I'm
Mm.
like, this just looks amazing.
Hmm.
I think her performance in it is going to be phenomenal, and yeah, it's not really based on anything beyond that.
Well,
She's great.
to be fair, I think I've heard some folks say that if that really her performance in that is Oscar worthy and probably would be like in that top 3. But of course, the hard part being A24 is not probably really going to
Hmm.
push that as hard. I think they are going to
Mm,
push for Rose Byrne somewhat, but the movie is not really anywhere near Best Picture. Apparently, it's a bit of a stressful watch that could turn
oh,
some people
Yeah,
away.
I could see
dang.
Um,
that.
and it's just a bit of a smaller movie. While we're talking about A24 leading ladies, um, Eva Victor, I don't know if either of you've seen Sorry Baby,
Mm-mm.
um,
No, I have
but
not.
she wrote, directed, starred in that, is really great. But that's just that was getting a little bit of a best picture talk early in the season. But
Mm.
A24 has just not really done anything with it, so it's going to fall by the wayside as well. As far as Amanda Seyfried, uh, I've had her in and out, in and out. That film is also maybe a little divisive based on the
Hmm.
reviews, but she does have that kind of dominating presence. It's that kind of
Hmm.
movie that is really like all her in so many ways.
Right.
And it's important that Searchlight picked up The Testament of Anne Lee, which is probably not got a Best Picture aspiration. It's probably her or bust. So
Right.
it's a pretty good bet. Val, do you have is that your number 5 or do you have someone else at number 5?
No, I have someone else at number 5. I'm going off the beaten track.
That's okay. I don't have
Um,
Amanda Seyfried either.
well, what do you have at number 5?
At number 5, I just recently put this in because there's been a lot of buzz and the first reactions just started coming out. So I'm going with it for now. I have Kate Hudson
Hmm.
in Song Sung Blue. Um, the film has just been seen. People are saying it's Kate Hudson's best performance since Almost Famous
Mm,
or ever, and it's got
mm.
the kind of appreciation that I think could put it over the edge to number five. Focus is clearly like pushing a campaign for it, so they've got
Mm.
Jesse Buckley wrapped up at first place probably, but then this is going to be their kind of secondary push in the category.
Yeah. Cool. I do not have I'm Kate Hudson because I had not heard like anything about that movie. But what
It's
I had was
very fresh. It's like very late in the
Hmm.
Oscar race.
Yeah.
yeah. I have Jennifer Lawrence for
Yeah.
Die My Love. And again, this is based on I've seen the trailer. It looks really, really good. I think Jennifer Lawrence is a great actress. She's
Hmm.
been in some duds somewhat recently. Really did not like her in oh, I can't even remember the name of the movie, but the Netflix one where the sky was falling or whatever.
Don't look up.
Don't look up. I hated that movie so much, but I think she's great, and Robert Pattinson we already know is phenomenal. So I think the two of them together is just going to be a really great performance. Will it be Oscar worthy? I think it's hard to say. Maybe, which is
I
why
love
it's my
her.
number five.
Yeah. She's in my
Yeah, I
honorable
mean,
mention.
we've really hit the main ones that I was expecting us to talk about.
Hmm.
Jennifer Lawrence, it to me is right there with Rose Byrne. It's they're
Yeah.
kind of playing very similar characters, very similar
Hmm.
stories. You could go either way, right? Rose Byrne has been around for a long time and
Long
is well known,
time.
but Jennifer Lawrence probably has more name brand power,
Hmm.
and hasn't had her a lot of shots at the Academy Awards. So maybe she gets in. I think maybe Die My Love is also another one of those divisive movies where not everyone's going to love it. So it's not probably going to sneak into Best Picture. So it may come down, and these last slot or two, it's just so hard to say. I mean, there's so
Yeah.
much room. Um, I have to give a shout out to my person that I was calling a lock for the nomination at the beginning of the season that isn't going to touch it, which is Julia Roberts in After the Hunt,
Oh,
who
after
I
the
thought
hunt.
was going to win it all based on the script, but apparently not. Apparently,
That seems to have petered out a bit, I think.
Yeah, I heard from that people were just not expecting it to take the direction it took in
Mm,
terms of how it wrapped things up, and that kind of hurt some goodwill
mm,
for the movie. I haven't seen it myself, but yeah, bummer.
and from what I've
yeah.
heard, Luca Guadagnino, it sounds like he's kind of changed some things up with the script from what the script that I read because it was out there
Hmm.
early in the season. The script that I read was very good, and I'm going to always hold on to the movie as I imagined it when I read the script with
What
the
could have
casting.
been? Yeah.
Which the movie that exists in my head is like a Best Picture nominee, but oh
Right.
well. So that kind of ties it up. So I have Jesse Buckley, Cynthia Erivo, Renata Reinsva, Emma Stone, and Kate Hudson. Val, if I remember correctly, you have Jesse Buckley, Cynthia Erivo, Emma Stone, Jennifer Lawrence, and Rose Byrne,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
So that's interesting. You have both of Jennifer Lawrence and Rose Byrne playing very similar characters in your last slot. And
Yeah.
then and Ramona, you're 4 or 5 with me. You have Jesse Buckley, Arivo, Renata Reinsva, Emma Stone, not in that order,
Mm,
and
right.
then you finish it out with Amanda Seyfried for the Testament of Anne Lee. That's a pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. Oh, we did not get into the fight. Nobody might know to fight about this or not, but Chase Infinity is campaigning for lead.
I think that's gonna hurt. I think
Well,
if she went for supporting, maybe, but that's also very crowded in terms of that movie. So I can see why she would want to do lead, but I think that there's just so many other performances that are getting more buzz that I don't know that it'd be nice if she snuck in there. That'd be awesome.
Val,
But
did you
I don't
know
know.
Chase Infinity was going lead, and does that affect the way that you would view
No, I had no idea about that actually. So, um, because I think I have her. I'd have to check on my list for supporting, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen One Battle After Another, but I wouldn't go with that based on what I know about the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ramona, you've seen it, One Battle.
I've seen some of it. I've seen parts of it, though I won't say how I've seen it. But my
That's
husband
okay.
did. My husband went to see it. He enjoyed it a lot. He said it was really it exceeded his expectations. And I think looking at like the trailer and before I've seen bits and pieces of it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not a big Leo fan, so I'm just like whatever.
The trailer
But
definitely doesn't sell it as
well,
well.
yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that the trailer's not exactly you're not exactly getting what you see in the trailer. But my husband said it was really well written. He said it was funny. He said there were great performances. And like I said, I've seen bits and pieces of it. So I do hope to sit down and watch the whole thing from beginning to end. But I thought all of the performances that I did see, including Chase, was really well done. I just don't know that she's necessarily like a lead. So
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, there's no way she's a lead
yeah,
functionally.
yeah,
So even though she's great in it, she would have been my
hmm
favorite supporting actress in the movie.
yeah.
Now that she's lead, I just can't.
I
I
don't
can't
know.
see her going up against any of these folks. But a lot of people do have her in their top five, so
We'll
is worth
see.
mentioning. I'm excited to see once you see the movie, to
Yeah,
come back around on that topic and see what you think. But that wraps it up for us talking about Best Actress. Now you may not see us until another week, maybe later this week. We don't know how this distribution is going to go, but we are about to stop this video and start a new one and keep go right on going with supporting actress. So we'll see you guys again soon, and Ramona and Val will keep on rolling.
yeah.
Keep on rolling.